Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our day 9 of 21 days of chanting to honor Lord Ganesha's birthday. So, welcome everyone who's joining for the first time, and those of you who have been joining since we started 9 days ago. It feels like forever, and yet it feels like a moment ago. That's what Ganesha does. He gets rid of our concept of time, slow time especially. And Dr. Ply shares he is the god of time because he goes beyond it. He finds ways out of our situations. He helps to create miracle consciousness inside of us, and miracles are something that is supernatural. It is not something that's very common every moment of the day. However, as we are building Om Gum consciousness, the sound for Ganesha, the seeds of Ganesha consciousness, we may begin to experience miracles by the moment. So that's what we're here to do. And collectively, we're from all around the world. So thank you so much for joining. My name is Sucharita, and we are going to get this party started. So what we'll do is we will watch a video message from Dr. Pillai that has a special secret about Ganesha that you may have heard before, although it could just be waking up inside of you once again. Then we will dive into a preparatory meditation, and we will begin our 1008 chants or repetitions of the sound Om Gum, and we'll put it in various body parts, especially the chakra system, the psycho spiritual centers. We want to clear those out because we don't even know what we're holding on to as far as memories go of the past, maybe even past lives. So, how will we get clarity around these situations that we find ourselves in? Is by clearing out our mind and clearing out our energy system. So the psycho spiritual centers, also known as chakras or wheels, energy wheels, are loaded with the consciousness to get us into a divine Wi-Fi connection with the divine. So we can imagine them as being stacked up on top of one another in our spinal column in the subtle body that corresponds with our physical backbone. So we imagine this ray of light shooting up all the psycho spiritual centers, the chakras. It pierces our skull, goes into the space like an SOS. We send the message to the divine and say, hey, we need help. I've got this problem. I have had an issue with finances, relationships, with health, with job or business. I have success, and then I have too many failures. So Ganesha also gets us out of that consciousness that keeps attracting failure for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. We just see the pattern in our lives and we want it gone. So we will chant 1008 seed sounds, or bija in Sanskrit, and we'll put those sounds inside of our body and we will feel it. So that's what we want to do. And collectively, however many people are here, we're going to multiply that 1008 times chanting as per the amount of people here. So it's going to be an exponential experience, more so than we could do on our own in chanting. And whenever we come together, especially on a Sunday here in Eastern Daylight Savings Time, I'm streaming from Toronto, Canada. So Ganesha loves Sundays. So we will feel his energy really strong today. And you might feel heat, or you might feel really tired, like, whoa, what happened? You felt like you got knocked out and then you came back, which is what people are sharing, that when they get so deep into the mantra chanting, their mind goes away. And we shift dimensions, we go into a different realm. So we want to get into that experience of understanding who Ganesha is inside of us so that we will shift our consciousness and create miracles in our lives with his grace and blessings. Of course, Dr. Pillai is going to be lighting the way and we will feel his presence. He's currently running a Sun major dasha in a major planetary period. So Sun represents the soul. It represents Dr. Pillai's planetary influence, meaning that he is like the sun and he will be able to wake up our soul to a whole new way of being. So if you feel like, my goodness, where did I go? Even though my mouth was moving and sounds were coming out of it, I don't know who was chanting, but you can experience a shift in dimensions from this third dimension, which we are here on the third rock from the sun on the earth plane. Beyond that, we don't know, but the light, the super consciousness of Ganesha will go seek out healing energy that will help you to resolve your problems, no matter what area it is. So you don't have to think too much. It's more of doing and being receptive and expanding and breathing in consciousness of Ganesha deep, deep within you. So let's begin with Dr. Pillai's message for today.
Doubt sabotages your life. Otherwise, everybody can have an outrageous life. The moment you doubt, the manifestation is stopped. But doubt is the nature of the mind. You cannot do anything about it unless there is some help from above, from the gods and angels, who can help you to get rid of your doubt, to get rid of the mind, to get rid of your ego. You should always remember that the mind is not reliable. It thinks something now and then contradicts and then goes and doubts and then leads on to another doubt. If you can have a doubt-free understanding, then that leads to instantaneous manifestation. Doubt-free understanding leading to instantaneous manifestation is the domain of the angels, gods, extraterrestrials, if you want to use that term. But you can better understand what I am saying about doubt, about instant manifestation, if I use a modern lingo, using science and through a practice of meditation. And that's what I'm going to do on Ganesha's birthday. For all of you, I'm going to give you a great gift, and that gift is, there are people who are working closely with me on a upscale program, and I just completed a video for them. So you will get highlights of that program for those who will participate in the Ganesha's program offerings. I've done a lot of videos on Ganesha over a period of time. There are 20-25 videos which you will be also watching, which are all available in YouTube and Facebook. The one that I have just completed, which I want to offer to you, is based on my new understanding. So I just want to offer you that gift on Ganesha's birthday. Doubt has to be removed from our psychology so that we see reality face to face. Doubt creates time, creates logic, creates frustration, creates obstacles. You can get rid of them, provided you understand that there is help available from the divine, and this is the gift of the yogis of India. So that will be available to you. I just made the decision. Also, I want to announce you to the people that who have been following my videos. I want to start a new program, new channel for YouTube and also Facebook. Elitist Hinduism. I have read many about many religions, and I have taught them also. But I have never seen a religion which is a super science like Hinduism. And the modern Hinduism that is being practiced is only a very watered down and misunderstood, misperceived Hinduism. It is difficult to understand the elitist. The elitist Saivism, the elitist Vaishnavism is beyond quantum physics, is beyond our space technology. And I'm going to focus on the Puranas, the 18 Puranas. They carry the highest wisdom that we do not know, even through our modern science and technology. So there is a need for me to do that. So I will soon start it, probably from Ganesha's birthday, because Ganesha is accredited also for writing the Puranas as well. He was a scribe for Vyasa, who dictated the Puranas to Ganesha. It's so fulfilling for me to do that. God bless.
So there you have it. Ganesha's a scribe. So he's the one who wrote down all the ways of helping the people to come out of their problems so that we would have that forever. And here we are in 2020, where we really need the support. We need the understanding. Now, we don't have to go to the sacred scriptures. We can just have that communication with Ganesha. His consciousness is inside of us, so we can become expert like him, where we will know what he has written, and our souls will know, because our souls are eternal and they understand archetypes. They understand gods and goddesses and angels. So we are all on our way to evolving. This is the golden age. 2020 is not only another year, it is the beginning of a new decade. So where will we be in 10 years from now? And imagine that, and then bring it into the now, compress the time with Ganesha. So there I have it, the confirmation. whenever you hear any bells going off or things like that, sirens, or your phone goes off and you know that you don't have an alarm set, it's some confirmation that the divine is coming in and saying, yes, that is true. So let's get into it. We'll start with enlivening the chakras. Again, they're psycho-spiritual centers. So you may have a lot of thoughts that are popping up and trying to distract you as the energy is moving up, but just keep going with it. And eventually it will be diffused away, because it's going to come up from the base of the spine, come up to the brain, and then just move it to the side. So we want to sideline our thoughts so we can be in a direct communication with the divine, inside and outside. So let's close our eyes and put our attention internally. Imagine a reddish orangish light pouring down your legs from the base of the spine all the way down your legs into your feet and toes. Ganesha's light is that reddish orangish, right around sunset light. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Imagine a ray of light shooting up your backbone, piercing all the chakras, pierces the top of the skull and goes into the space. Your attention is going up outside your body, along that beam of light that is seeking Ganesha's blessings from the macrocosm, enlivening your microcosm inside of you. Now Dr. Pillai appears before you in a form you're familiar with, or a vast light that embraces you. Feel the light moving through your whole body, cleansing you, creating a new destiny inside of your being, removing your karma that is no longer serving you. Receive 2 beams of light in your eyes. Feel these beams of light piercing your eyeballs. Your eyes are on fire. 2 beams of light enter your eardrums, piercing them, getting into the middle of the brain, lighting up the head on the inside. Your face even lights up with heat. 2 beams of light go up your nostrils. Another beam of light enters your mouth, pierces your tongue, lights up your tongue and the back of the throat. The whole head is lit up. Now that ray of light from the heavens pierces the top of your skull, activates your brain. Feel the pressure, feel the piercing at the top of your skull. As the brain lights up, the body lights up. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Ram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Keep the embrace of Dr. Pillai surrounding your whole body, piercing through your body, enlivening your soul, energizing you. We'll begin our chanting. Focus your attention on the base of the spine, deep in the pelvic region, at the tailbone. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam. Move up into the belly, the navel chakra, also the pelvic region, the sixth center. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam. Now move up to the heart center, middle of the chest. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Move up to the throat. Clear the throat. The karma is stuck in the throat. Imagine Ganesha there. Removing the karma, absorbing it into his being and dispersing it. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Now move up into the middle of your brain, the third eye. And feel the third eye pulsing with Ganesha's presence in the middle of your brain. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Move into the top of your brain, the crown chakra. Ganesha is there, connecting you to high realms of divine beings. Feel the light, the energy penetrating the crown chakra. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Now, put your attentional energy on your whole brain, the front of the brain, the sides of the brain, the back of the brain. Imagine a light lighting up the whole brain, inside, outside, all around, as if you're wearing a cap. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Now imagine the light of all your chakras radiating out in all directions, radiating beyond the body, beyond this dimension. All your chakras shift dimensions. Now focus your attention on your eyeballs. Fill them with light, the light of the sun. It's fire. Purify the karma that you no longer want to see in your life with the fire of Lord Ganesha. like millions of suns in your eyes. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam. The light explodes beyond the eyes, beyond the body, in all directions. Shift dimensions. Put your attention now in the ears. The light pours into the ears, piercing the eardrums, going into the middle of the head, along with the sounds of Ganesha in your eardrums. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam. The light explodes beyond the ears in all directions. Shift dimensions. And imagine two beams of light shooting up your nostrils where the two beams meet at the top of where the nostrils come together on the forehead. You'll reactivate the third eye with that light and the sounds up the nostrils into the third eye. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam. The light explodes beyond the nostrils, the third eye, beyond the body, in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now your whole head is lit up. Your face is lit up. The aura around your head is lit up with the light of Ganesha, the vibration of Om Gam. Pour your attentional energy into your neck, your shoulders. The light removes the stubborn karma. The weight of the world is on your shoulders. Let it go. Pour it out. Down the arms, out the hands and fingers. Light it up. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam. Bring your attention into your mouth. Light up your mouth, your tongue. Pierce it with light. Fill it up with light. Even into the back of the throat. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Pour your attention into the torso of your body. The core of your body lights up. All the organs are being cleansed with light and the sound vibrations of Ganesha. He's in every organ, every cell, cleansing it. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. The whole body lights up from the waist up. Releasing anything that is no longer serving you, that's toxic and painful. Release it into the space and it gets dissolved away. Pour your attentional energy down your legs, even into the ground. Your feet are filled with the light of Ganesha, moving back up the legs into the pelvic region, swirling back down. Scanning to cleanse your being from feeling stuck, so you can move forward quickly with Ganesha's blessings in life. Om gum, 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 om gum. Om gum, om gum, om gum, om gum, om gum, om gum, om gum. Om gum, 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 om gum. Om gum, 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 om gum. Om gum, 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 om gum. Now imagine scanning your body inside outside from above your skull, the top of your head, just above that, in the aura, the subtle body. You're moving down through the body, all the way down, 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 into the feet, releasing anything that is no longer serving you. Pain of the body, the mind, the soul. Confusion, upset, anger, inability to forgive. Let it all go. And fill your body, mind, and soul with Ganesha. Om gum, 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 om gum. Om gum, 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 om gum. Om gum, 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 om gum. Om gum, 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 om gum. Om gum, 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 om gum. Om gum, 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 om gum. Om gum, 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 om gum. Om gum, om gum, om gum, om gum, om gum, om gum, om gum. Om gum, om gum, 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 gum. From head to toe, you are filled with the light and the intelligence, the miracles, the shortcuts to success of Ganesha. You are Ganesha. Embrace the light of Dr. Pillai once again. Moving through you. Make a prayer to Ganesha, to Dr. Pillai, as you're coming back to yourself. Om, Om, Om. Feel their presence. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world, peace to the universe. Enjoy the messages, the experience that you received. Thank yourself, thank everyone here live or people who will be tuning in later for coming and co-creating the space for Ganesha to come into the earth plane, into our lives, so that we can be uplifted, uplift others, and also send prayers and send Ganesha to help those who need it the most, so that everyone has food, clothing, shelter, medicines, clean water to drink, to bathe in, and people to care for them unconditionally, just as you are cared for by the divine and everybody in your life. So close out your practice. Again, you can ask for whatever it is that you want Ganesha's help with, because there's so much energy to do that. And slowly, slowly come back. Thanks for joining, everyone. Those of you who need to go, we'll see you tomorrow. Those of you who are going to stay, this is part of the call where we can once again share about the Living Ganesha course. Now that we have so much Ganesha consciousness in us, he will guide us to do what he wants us to do next. And so Dr. Pillai had a webcast today. It was free. Perhaps someone from Pillai Center here, Radha or Bhairavi or Swamini Vali, or someone who feels like popping in that link to Pillai Center YouTube, or at least what it was called, the title of it, and then people can search. It may also be on the link below. There's a bunch of links below this video, so scroll down from this video screen and you will see various links. One is going to be to the Living Ganesha course, which Dr. Pillai and also Lakshmi Jina, Pillai Center teacher, shared in more details about this Living Ganesha course. And then you can review that, and a bunch of questions got answered from the people who attended. So if you have questions about, okay, what's the timing of the initiation? What are the dates? What's the difference between the foundational program, the premier program? What's the difference between the early bird special versus going into the program at the beginning? Then there are individual packages as well. It's at a better price point so that people can at least get into one of those or a few of those Ganesha courses. If you look at the individual ones and you add them all up, it's probably a better idea to get into the premier program or the foundational program, depending on your budget. So, you know, don't break the bank, but also allow for Ganesha, as Dr. Pillai mentioned in this video before we started our chanting session, that Ganesha removes doubt. And there have been lots of people who say, oh my goodness, I didn't think I had it. And then all of a sudden the money was there. So there's also, if you go on to Pillai Center, and there's a survey on the Living Ganesha course. If you click on the survey and you fill it out, and you add your email address, then you get to be in a lottery for sponsorship to get into the program. So there have been some donors, some wonderful donors who have sponsored people, whoever gets picked from the lottery. And then they, I think 3 names were chosen and selected today or prior to the call today with Lakshmi Gina. And then she announced their names. So if you didn't hear your name being announced because you weren't on the webcast, go on there. But also you'll receive an email from Office Apply Center. And then if you didn't and you think, I think it was me, then still send an email and ask if it was you that got selected. And again, you have to fill out the survey. And they're just simple questions like, hey, what do you want to know about Ganesha? So it's not like a brain buster. And it just takes a few minutes. And what a good return on your investment of time and energy if you can get a free entry into the program. So thanks to all those sponsors, and thanks to everybody who filled out the survey. It was very helpful for Dr. Pillai to create a program that keeps on giving. Lakshmi was sharing today that Dr. Pillai says, okay, give them more, give them more. So it's a program that is Ganesha's pushing to give more to the people so that you will feel your bang for buck. Meaning that you are going to get so many blessings because his birthday is only once a year. And then we'll have to wait again another year, another 365 days, where if you look at 365 days and you divide it into that price point, whatever it is for you, it's really not too much. So, check it out. Again, Dr. Pillai has tried to make it as price point friendly as possible. And then if you want to find out how you can get even, if you need really extra support, maybe you say, I want to send in a payment plan proposal. Can I do that? You never know. So go ahead and do that and we'll see. So it's most important, though, that you commit to this process because it's really Ganesha talking to you. It's not your fearful mind. If it is your fearful mind, don't do it. If it's an excitement in you and you're kind of like, oh, I wonder what it's going to be, is this the right thing for me? Some people were Skyping me as we were going through the webcast today. Which one should I do? And I just wrote them back and said, which one does Ganesha want you to do? And they were like, yeah, that's the one. So we can't really share or, advise you to do one or the other. You've got to go and commune with Ganesha and then see how he's going to guide you. And it's not so much a thinking thing, because then that sets in all this nonsense, doubt. So it's more of a feeling, and it's a gut. It's in your gut. So trust your gut. That's where Ganesha's energy starts. And that's how he helps you to create success. So again, as another way to find out how you're evolving spiritually, just by doing that, going through that process. So, and then the initiations, they're powerful. Listen to Dr. Pillai and you can see that he's in another world. He's in his suit. He's very present. He's speaking very eloquently. He's sending the message, giving a good message, good information out. But he is also in another realm, and that energy that's coming into him is pouring out into everyone. My eyes were just burning when I was watching him, and I was typing on the chat as well, helping to give some support there. And I was like, whoa, this is free. And we haven't even gotten into the initiations. Can you imagine what that's going to be like? So check that out. I'll just pop up the screen again so that you know what to look for at Pillai Center. If you haven't received the email already, or so many emails are coming from Pillai Center, you may not know what it looks like. So this is the banner. It's got the Haramba Ganesha, which is a 5-headed golden Ganesha, and he's the Ganesha of the golden age. So 2020 and beyond, we are really going fast. And here's the thing, people say, you know, I really want to know God. I really want to get my karma sorted out. I want to change my destiny. Well, Ganesha is the first one you go to. Even the gods, they cannot do anything without his blessings. In fact, there are so many stories. If Lord Shiva, his father, he didn't honor Ganesha first in many of the stories. And Ganesha said, too bad, so sad, Dad. You're not getting what you want until you propitiate me. And Lord Shiva's like, oh yeah, I gotta say, you know, give you what you want. I've got to get your blessings. I have to, you know, do all the things that needs to be done. And so we don't have to read all that. We don't have to have been brought up in that tradition. It's rich, so rich with, as Dr. Ply shared in the previous video to this program tonight, is that you can't go through it all, but it's so spiritually scientific that you will feel it, you will know it. You use your own self, your own intuition as a means to navigate this life and the life beyond without dying. So being on a spiritual path gives you that insight. And to get into the insight, you've got to go to Ganesha first. So he starts everything off, and then he will guide us accordingly. So check that out. See if you want to do it. We're reminding you for another couple of days up until 11 p.m. Pacific time on August 11th. So you can, that's easy to remember, 11 p.m. Pacific time. August 11th is the cutoff for the early bird special. There's so many giveaways. So, you know, if you put a price point on all of it, it would be worth thousands of dollars. It's priceless anyways, but you would invest so much more if you just did piece by piece. And Dr. Ply wants all those pieces together. So that's why he said, just package it so they get it all. So that's what it is. How Dr. Ply was talking about today as well, the remedies are so important. So you get initiated. And you may use the mantras or the teachings. You may access Ganesha's consciousness, and you will. It will continue to grow. But what you want to do is you want to get the remedies that will diffuse any negative congested energies that are residual. And you know what they are. You just look in your life. How come you can't have beautiful relationships? How come you're always being stopped from being promoted at work, or you have success and failures, you don't get along with everyone, or you only get along with a few people in your life, family, friends, even your significant other, your spouse, or maybe you don't have one and you want one. Maybe your health comes and goes. Just when you think I've come out of one health issue, boom, you're hit by another. Or your kids, you did everything for them, they grow up and they leave you, they don't care about you anymore, or you don't care about them. What's up with that? That's a karma. So nobody wants that. Everybody wants to have beautiful relationships. They don't want to scratch their head and say, where did we go wrong? So Ganesha wants to write that. He wants to correct it, rewrite your destiny. So the remedies do that. It speeds it up. So you can read about that as well. And again, the first ever 8 days of Ganesha. OMG, the different types of Ganesha that we shared about in the past 8 days together in this chanting session. So each day we introduced a new Ganesha, a little bit about it, a little taste tester, a little appetizer, a little teaser. And we all could use those Ganeshas in our lives. So that's also there, the initiation. Dr. Ply is going to be doing, for those people who join the Premier program, they are going to have all their names put into Dr. Ply's hands. And he's going to read each and everyone's name. And he doesn't need to know where you're from, what you're doing. He will connect with you because obviously at the level of the soul, you're being guided by your spiritual master, whether you know he's that or not. So he is looking at your name and your birth star, and he's going to be doing a special puja or remedy at his own personal altar, his own personal puja room at his place. And he's going to be saying your name, saying your birth star, going into it, putting the flowers, saying to Ganesha, help this person, help this person, help. And I've been present to that when he has done that for myself personally and for other people. And it is, you feel your whole life has changed, it's altered. So he's going to be doing that for everyone who joins the Premier program. It's as if you're going to be there and you will feel it, even if it is proxy. Actually, you feel it more in proxy because you're not in, like, what's he doing? What's going on? You're not into all that. You're just present to the energy. And then as he's doing it, and you'll see everything that's going on because it'll be webcast, you know, live video webcast. So it's pretty spectacular that he is actually doing that for each person. It's amazing. So that is going to be happening, and that's got, and then there's going to be 11 days of live coaching and community. So the 8 days that Dr. Pillai is going to give the initiations into each of those Ganeshas. Gina Lakshmi will be doing the 8 days, those 8 days. And then afterwards, I will be doing 3 more days. So that's how the 11 days goes, 8 and 3. So it will be weekly after that to bring in the people who are in that program together again so that they can, all their questions can get answered. We can go through the different Ganeshas and then review that, because sometimes in the beginning, you know, right there and then when he's giving it out, we just go to a different plane. What did he say? What? So you'll be able to get that support and some more clarity around it. And then during those few days together, those few weeks together after the initiations on Ganesha's birthday, and those 8 days of being with Dr. Pillai and his energy, you know, he will give information, maybe perhaps more, or we can give him feedback, and then he will do more for the people as we receive that feedback live. So that's how it is. And then 45 days, 4-in-1 group participation in Ganesha program. Oh my God, there's so much there. But for 45 days, so that's like a month and a half, you're going to get so many blessings every day. And this is all going on where you're on one side of the world and it's all going on and you don't really have to think about it. You'll feel the empowerment. So that's the beauty of being on a spiritual path. It doesn't need your physical body. It doesn't need your mind. It doesn't need you thinking about anything. All you need to do is say, I need help in this area of my life, whatever area that is. And every day you will just feel that connection to these remedies being done. So it's not like there's anything wrong. It's just going to erase it. So then you can create in that moment. Then you have the lifetime membership to the site. It's evergreen, as they say. So, and then access to a private Facebook group where everybody's going to be interacting and helping and supporting one another to live Ganesha hereafter. All right. So hopefully that has been helpful for you. So questions, comments, shared experiences, just opening up the chat. Do you have a specific recommendation for acquiring a brass ghee lamp? Do they work with candle, with oil? Does one need a candle or ghee oil for these lamps to work? You don't necessarily need a brass one, but if you can get one, that's fine. You can use a candle. You can use a clay lamp, like a pottery type lamp. You can use oil, although ghee is the preferred food of the gods, but nobody's going to, as Dr. Pillai shares, there's no hard and fast rules. So whatever you have handy, in your place, then you work with that until you can, figure out what is going to work best for you. Because across the cultures, across the traditions, the religions, for example, with the Greeks, they burn olive oil. They love it. I burn it here from time to time, and it's fabulous. It's got a whole different alchemy going on. So we're burning this fuel for the gods, the Holy Spirit, whoever. And it works. Even the tea lights, you think, oh, it's just a tea light. No, who's coming in the tea light? So that's what we want to get beyond the physical apparatus or the tools. And you're using them to open up this vortex of energy. And the divine is like millions of suns. So it's light. So light attracts light. So it gets into the light. And then by you saying the password, the mantra, or you are offering some ghee to it, as they're doing with in the past, how many days has it been? Where the Vyasa, Draupadi fire labs, the mini fire labs are going on. They're going to be jumping over to Pillai Center Practice now, the YouTube on Pillai Center Practice. They were on Pillai Center YouTube, but now they're going to be on Pillai Center Practice. So check out, link should be below, or if someone is here, can just pop it on there. Where can I send my name and Kundalini for the blessings? Blessings, I'm not really sure, Sarita, what you're talking about. If you do enroll in the Premier program, all that information will be sent to you. And because you enrolled in it, your name is already going to be there. Your star is already going to be there. So all you need to do is think about the prayer that you want, and it can change. Shivaya saying it will be midnight for Vyasa Draupadi fire for us in the US. Is it okay for us to have a ghee light and homa in midnight as it is a Sura Puja time, not angelic divine time? Please answer. Shivaya, that might be what you have been taught as per your tradition. However, we are on a whole other plane of existence with Dr. Pillai. So we go beyond all that. And in fact, midnight pujas and fire labs are quite spectacular. And why is that? So perhaps traditionally, and I'm not saying this is true, but perhaps, and it's across the cultures, across the traditions. I come from a Christian tradition, Catholic tradition. And I always wonder, like, how come they're kind of speaking a different language and not really saying what is there? So they said things historically, perhaps because it was way too much to give to the people. And also that is the way that the teachings are protected from being misused. And it's for our own safety, because when you call on these divine beings, you can get asuras in there. Asuras, for people who don't know that, they're also divine beings, but they go more for the dark side of life. People call it demons, but you can just imagine it to be a destructive type of energy versus constructive or creative type of energy. So around midnight and all through the night, the sages, the saints, the siddhas of all cultures, all traditions, even the non-traditional ones, they would just dive in to the divine world, because just think about it. Everyone's asleep. So the human thinking is gone down. It's subtler and subtler than it is all the activity, the hustle and bustle of life across the globe. Even when you look at the world from the space at night, it's all lit up with the lights. So, you can get a lot out of midnight and beyond, and then even into the wee hours, like around I think we were sharing about it last night as well. 2, 3 in the morning is called Brahma Muhurta, which is the time for the gods. So yes, those other forces will be there because we perceive it here on the earth plane as these polar opposites. We need to have an experience of light. We need to know what dark is. So you're going to have that little battle going on, but then what we want to do is go beyond those pairs of opposites. So yes, it's going, yes, no, right, wrong, up, down, black, white, good, bad. All that just is as is, and you're going beyond it. That's what the pujas at night will do. We'll just say, okay, all that's going on. It's less, but it's still going on. And then you got to rise above it. It's easier to go above it. So hopefully that answers your question, Shivaya, or helps you to understand it a little bit. Beautiful prayers, gratitude, nice. What do you mean by dimensions? 4th moon, 14th moon means full moons. You mean? No. Shivaya, dimensions means we're here on the 3rd rock from the sun called Earth. And Earth is a 3-dimensional state of being. So we're on the 3rd dimension. We want to get beyond this because it's so stuck. Everything happens slow. Compared to 4th dimension, 5th dimension, 6th dimension, 7th dimension, umpteenth dimension. We don't even know because it just goes beyond, beyond, beyond. So that's what we want to do is we don't want to die to go to those dimensions, or we don't want to quit life and just go into a cave and explore it that way. So we get on a spiritual path to keep having experiences where we're just shifting, shifting, shifting. We're getting out of a karmic mind, just even for a moment. So when you feel that shift, it's actually a physical, you feel kunk. You've just gone through something. So that's what I mean by shifting dimensions. Out, you're in this body, on the earth, and you're on the 3rd dimensional plane of existence, but it's slow. We want miracles, which are super fast. We don't even think it's already happening. So in order to get into that practice, then we imagine we just go beyond that. Imagine your consciousness, no thoughts, but your energy field that is inside of you explodes and goes in all directions. And you don't even know which dimension you're touching with your energy, your light, your super consciousness. And then that's grabbing and pulling back to you, breathing it back in from whatever realm it went to, whatever dimension it went to. And it's a higher state of consciousness. It's faster, it's super, it's miraculous. It's like into the future. It's grabbing on to technologies and knowledge. And can you even think that fast? So it's a process of breathing in and breathing out. That's all I'm going to say about that. Probably I'll say it again, but not right now. Swamini Vali is saying here, the webinar was called Dr. Pillai's Secrets of the Golden Ganesha webinar. It's on Pillai Center channel on the YouTube. Thank you so much. And then Radha has posted here the Pillai Center events link to replay Dr. Pillai's Ganesha webinar. People are saying that they enjoyed the meditation, the chanting. Obviously, you are right on. And that's the thing, is that we wouldn't be able to do this really on our own unless we have complete discipline. But even then, our mind is going here and there. But when there's so much energy of the group, our mind might go a little bit off, but then you also feel there's an energy around you that's helping you to stay steady and focused on the mantra, because it's going fast enough. That's how fast the divine is. It's just even faster. But here on the earth plane is pretty fast. And you don't want to be slurring the words, but you just want to get into the rhythm of it and feel the energy. And some people even, they get up because they're just like, it's so much. So they start to move around. They do like light yoga to try to get all the energy inside of them. And then release anything that isn't serving. What will the timeline be for the bonus price of Living Ganesha program in India? Will it be August 12th at 11:30 a.m.? Whatever that converts to, it's going to be August 11th at 11 p.m. Pacific time. So whatever that converts to for you, you got to go figure it out on maybe like worldclock.com or something like that. Sounds about right though. Maybe it's not though, but you better do the conversion, whoever posted that. Okay, anything else? Somebody's saying, oh, I was yawning a lot during the chanting meditation. Does this signify anything? I feel great, Adrienne. And that's the truth, is that when we yawn, what happens? You pop. You pop your ears, you pop. Something is trying to get in, so you're trying to make space. Sometimes you'll hiccup. I remember one time Dr. Pillai was in a big public forum, and it was like 500 people in the room. And he started talking, and so much energy came in. He just stopped in the midst of it. This was way back, 20 some odd years ago. And I was relatively new to his teaching. I'm like, whoa, what is he doing? And he just kind of flopped into the state of being. And then he just sat there and hiccuped. He's just, and all this energy was coming in the space, and everybody could feel it. And everybody could, well, like, wow, he was hiccuping, and there was a teaching in the hiccuping. So again, the divine speaks in a different way, and it gets into us in various ways. So if you're yawning, you fall over, please don't hurt yourself. If you fall asleep, like, people think that their head is upright, and it's actually, their chin is stuck to their chest by the end of it, and they're trying to prop their head back up, which I've done lots of times as well. So you might drool, you might cry for no reason, you might feel like screaming. That's the Kundalini energy. So yeah, yawning, hiccuping, all kinds of things can be happening, and just note it down. You can be journaling this process that you're going through, and then, as you said, Adrienne, you feel great. So you got whatever you needed to get out of the way, and you had a bodily expulsion of that, or an experience of it as you let it go. How do our family members benefit from the program? All right, Jagadish, great program. Or great question. So I'm going to give it back to you. Whenever you do something wonderful, you just go and you get a great job, and you come home and you're happy every day. And you're just like, I love my job. I love the people I work with. I am creating things. And your family members are, oh my God, that's so awesome. So just like that, whatever you do in life that makes you happy, and that makes you to feel joy and gratitude, and whoa, I'm doing something. They don't really know what it is that I'm doing, but because of the state of being I am in, and the gratitude I feel, that is getting conveyed energetically, or also in your interactions. Maybe you have sweeter speech with people, and people start to respond to you in a different way. Miracles happen. Like, you're looking at the same people, and yet Ganesha gets in, and he does the magic. So that's how I would share that people in your life benefit, because whenever you shift, guess what happens? Your karma shifts. And who's part of your karma? People in your life. So hopefully that's helpful for you. What does it mean to feel cold inside while meditating? It's a good question, Juliet. It could mean a lot of things. However, since you're here with Ganesha, it can mean that the spirit is moving through you. So the Kundalini energy is burning the karma. Then at one point, it takes a break. So that burning can be experienced as a cool or cold feeling even, and goosebumps or truth bumps, they call them. So it can be that. It can also be that there are a lot of different kinds of spiritual entities or spiritual beings around you. So that can be a little chilling as well. So you've got to inquire more deeply into that experience. That's why writing it out, journaling it, then you may not understand it in the moment or during the session, but then it will get revealed to you down the road. Perhaps it is a restless spirit of your ancestor trying to communicate with you. Then you know, okay, I've got to get some tarpanam done, or I've got to do my tarpanam, which is an ancestral offering. I don't want to get into that too much, but just because you said that, I don't want people to think, oh my God, it's all spooky. It gives me the chills. It is in a way, but then it's also like a heads up. So is life spooky when we're going down the wrong path? So it's something to get to bring to our attention, to make us to be alert, because being on the spiritual path isn't all touchy-feely and fuzzy and warm. So you want to notice those differences, and then what does that energy bring to your consciousness at that moment in time? And then how's it presenting down the road? Hopefully that's helpful, Julieta. Eva is saying here, what are you using to count 1,008 mantras? Popsicle sticks. So I have 10, and when I have my mala beads, there's 54 on this one round. So I go through 54 and I take one stick and I put it down. You don't see me. I just move it over to the side. 54 done. So I do it 10 and then 10. So it's actually over 1,008, because sometimes what I found is that I'll get into a state and I don't know if my hand is moving. The doing the count, because I'm just like, oh, why is my mala bead, my rosary bead on my lap and my hand is moving as if it's there? I better start that one again. I'm getting better over the years, but sometimes you just go into that state. So that's how it is. And then if you were counting along and you said, oh, wow, she went beyond 1,008, is that right or wrong? No. Really, the counting is to keep us focused. And we have a start point and an end point. And then there's some other things that you just break through those states of consciousness when you reach 108, 1,008, 10,008, 1,000,008, so on. You're very welcome. PK, I'll call you that, is saying thank you to Babaji and here for teaching us a lot. I learn a lot. That's what we want to do, is we want to be able to help you to understand that these beings, as Dr. Ply shares, they might not make sense to anyone. Even for myself, I'm always wondering, like, why am I doing this? And then I will just pick up, Ganesha. Here's a little one. Here's a golden Ganesha, very sweet. And I will just hold him in my hands and say, I don't really know or understand what this is, but it's almost like this intelligence that goes beyond the mind. And we kind of have to get to that state where I'm confused. I don't even know anymore. And then grab on to this sacred object. And this object is like a landing pad. So it's like an X marks the spot, rather than just be on a spiritual path and I'm not sure if I'm seeing anything. You have this image and it's been there forever. It's eternal. This is what it looks like. And God only knows what we're going to look like. What are we going to look like in 10 years from now, in 20 years from now? in 30 and 40 and 50 and 100 years from now, and we come back again, and then what are humans going to look like? Maybe we'll look like this. Who knows? So we don't want to get too caught up in how it all is rolling out or how we're perceiving it with our intellectual understanding. That is limited. So, just grab on to an image, even if you can get a photograph, or, go on to Apply Center. There's so many beautiful images of Ganesha, and something takes you out of your mind as you're just gazing at these various forms, and it's like it unlocks something in your consciousness, but it's got to mess you up a little bit to get that out of the way. And then you go into their consciousness that much easier. Debbie's saying, I can't find the survey. I thought it was Swami Nivali. If you're still here, do you remember where Lakshmi said it was located? Or if Radha, if you're still on, or Bhairavi, can you just let us know? Otherwise, send an email to office@PILLAI'scenter.com and ask where that survey is. And it's worth doing it. If you're going to get a free Ganesha initiation course, why not? Adrienne is saying, thank you, Sutrita. I'm in the love of learning about the higher realm. I had no idea. And we won't. We won't. Just when we think we know, boom, that explodes. So we don't want to get too stuck in what has been written historically or traditionally, or even now, like Dr. Pillai will always, I won't say he will always say it, he will often say it. Forget whatever I've said up until this point. So you're in this lecture, you've flown to the other side of the planet to go be with him, and he will give you all these fabulous teachings. And then at some point he'll say, okay, now forget all that. What? And it's almost like he's like, dump it, because now I'm going to give you some really good stuff. It's like you go to a beautiful restaurant, you sit down. My goodness, wouldn't it be nice to go to a restaurant again? So you go down, you sit down, and you have the first course, the second course, the third course, and you've forgotten after the third or the fourth, and you're just like diving into the next one and the next. Oh my God, this is so awesome. So the soul will be so thirsty and hungry for that next best thing. And being with a Satguru, meaning he's so connected to what's the next best thing. And it's so fast. He's even said, I put notes and I was meditating and creating this course. And then I get on to the call and it's a whole other teaching. And he's like, was that a waste of time before then? No, it broke through. It already did the course. But then it made it even better. So look in your life like that, where you're looking at people in your life or even your own life and the people all around you, and you're just looking at it in the same way. And sometimes where you're banging your head against the wall, trying to figure it out and expect different results, and that's quite painful. So we want to stop all that. So it's literally you can just stop, call on Ganesha, look at everything in a fresh new way. So just practice that a little bit, and you will have no idea how things will look differently. So that's how we're interfacing with the spiritual world, but it's the veil is so thin. But it's also can be very confusing. That's why you need a teacher, because you can get off on a different tangent. That's kind of fun in a way if you want to explore. However, you can create karma even doing that. So we want to keep it always, on the straight and narrow, meaning what feels right, what is aligned. It's the middle path. Like the Buddha said, it wasn't like the middle path, like good, bad, right, wrong. It's like this, that's all happening. But where are you? You're that calm. You're that steadiness. You're the eye in the storm of life, always going on. You're the storm, you're the eye in the storm. You see, you're the all-seeing. And then you act from that, but you don't know exactly. So all these different beings are going to be coming in and saying, do this, do this, do this. Not like step one, now you do this. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I find it's just like, boom, you're looking and going, wow, that's cool. Huh. What does it mean when the eyes are burning? The eyes are your windows to the soul. So the energy is coming up from the base of the spine. It's coming through the brain, and then how you see your life is through your eyes. So that's what blocks that soul energy. So we want to burn that which is blocking the soul from shining through. People always say, what's my soul's purpose? Who's my soul mate? What's my soul job, or whatever it is? What's my true? So whatever you see in life, you perceive it, and then the eyes are the extension of the brain, if you want to look at it scientifically, or the neuroanatomy of it. The eyeballs are just like jelly. They don't really do too much. It's the neurons that are firing. So the ophthalmic nerves, the pituitary, the pineal are sitting right there. And that's your third eye. So, and then that translates into the back of your head like a movie screen. The movie screen is here. It's showing you your life, or the movie, but the projector is like the back. So it's projecting forth through the eyes. So they need to burn that which is not able to see clearly at the level of the soul. And whatever we take in, it's like eye candy. I like this, I like this, I like this, I like this. And that's in your eyes, and you keep repeating that over and over, even if it's not good anymore. So the beings like Ganesha, let's just stick with Ganesha. They're like millions of suns light and intelligence. So when they get in, they're burning you. You're going to feel burn, baby, burn. Shweta's saying the survey link, I have it, but it won't allow me to post it. Yeah, sorry about that. So Shweta, did you find it? Can you just post where you found it? Like the name of the place where you found it for the survey? Is it in an email, or is it on Play Center? Maybe Radha, if you're here from Play Center, maybe you can post it. I don't know if we have that access on Play Center Practice. Sarita's saying here, your experiences and your simple laugh makes us also a bit more spiritual. Hey, that's how you know you're spiritual, because you're just, everything is joy. It's not like you're laughing in the face of danger, you know, and being silly. It's like some energy comes, and then you know, oh my goodness, this is the spiritual energy is how I know that with this chanting, we're coming together, sharing about it, having Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings, being in this space, immersed in all this energy for an hour or two, or whatever it is that we're together. We're merging with that consciousness. And then that makes us to feel bubbly and giggly, just like we would go to a party, a rave, and, you know, loud music and energy and everything. Woohoo, isn't this fun? And that's fun for them. So that's what we're doing. We're like, woohoo, isn't this fun? And we're getting that energy. And then it makes you to laugh for no reason. Magic saying, when a woman is in her period and touches and holds stream Brizi yantra, what do you do after that? Do you clean it in some way? You could just wash it off with water or milk. Water. Zohir is saying here, this is beautiful and worth watching. Hey, hit the like button, you guys, wherever that is. And also share it with your friends. You never know. You know, you can just say, this is something that makes me to be happy, and I want you to just check it out if you want. It's only an invite. So you never know I've invited so many people over the years to Dr. Pillai. When he used to be on the circuit, he used to be traveling more before we got onto the internet and had all this wonderful Zoom technology and YouTube and things like that. And I would just say, hey, you know, there's this guy, he's pretty enlightened. And they'll say, what does that mean? And I said, wow, he just says stuff that makes you feel really good. And even if you don't understand it, like I don't understand it, you'll just feel like, whoa, something is shifting. And people, and I never thought that they would go. And then they went, and they were in, these were when the programs were huge, you know, 500 people were showing up. And so they never even told me that they went until later. They said, you know, I went to see Dr. Pillai. And I said, really? You were there? How come you didn't say hello? Well, you were busy, or, you know, I didn't really want to because I wasn't sure that, you know, so you never know. And then it changed their life. Ah, thank you, Radha. Radha has posted the survey link. Not sure if it's still active. It should be. It should be. And if it's not active, people, send an email to office@PillaiCenter.com. Thanks so much, though, for posting it. Hey, listen, everyone, it's 11:41 here in Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So the next mini fire lab that is going to be hosted by one of the Pillai Center teachers is going to be happening in about 20 minutes. And it's going to be here on Pillai Center Practice YouTube. So we can maybe just wrap this up and then go jump on that since you're awake. And since you want to get Ganesha and his blessings to grow more and more, you will feel Dr. Pillai's light body coming through. So that's kind of a fun thing as well to experience. So it takes about 15 minutes. It goes by so fast that you will feel so full. And then you will get the blessings of the goddess Draupadi. I just got this picture downloaded and printed off. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? She's all smiling and golden. She's a goddess of the golden age. So find out about her, not just read about her. Go experience her. She's coming into the earth plane and might as well get her hot off the press. So thank you, everyone. God bless you all. Thanks to everyone from Pillai Center, Practice, Radha, Bhairavi, Swamini Bali, whoever else has helped out answering the questions for our fabulous members, our participants. And we will see you tomorrow, same time, same station. And bring your prayers, bring your intentions for what it is that you want Ganesha to help you out with. Keep chanting Om Gam. Keep calling on Dr. Pillai to reveal to you how to navigate your life, tapping into the spiritual realms, staying steady, staying focused on what it is that you want to manifest with his grace and blessings. So thanks so much for us saying here, wrap up message, glory, and deepest gratitude to our spiritual master, Dr. Pillai. Thank you so much, Sutrija, Swami Nivale, Radha, and Bhairavi. Thank you, Faraz, and everybody else. God bless. Namaste.